but I want to start out with what has just caught fire across social media. It's just incredible. Trump putting this, on his Nazi-infested failing social media site Sunday, which, by the way, was Orthodox Easter, right? So here you have on Orthodox Easter, Donald Trump posting a picture of himself healing a guy who looks suspiciously like Jeffrey Epstein with a horned demon above his head, and a woman who looks like a young Ghislaine Maxwell, kind of praying with them that he will heal Jeffrey. It's just weird, right? And it's, if you haven't seen it, I'm guessing you have, because it's just all, the press is even dealing with it. Today it's a big story, even though it happened on Sunday. I posted it, or actually I reposted a version that DemocraticUnderground.com annotated. They did a great job. Posted that over at HartmannReport.com. You can see it's free. You can see it there. And as that image, now there's also a cleaned up version of it where the guy, the figure in the sky above Trump doesn't have horns, which is interesting. But anyway, as Trump's original image with the horns got posted across social media, and then later on in the day, he trash talked the Pope, right? So on Easter, he's saying, I'm Jesus and the Pope is no good. People are starting to ask, isn't that exactly what the Antichrist would do? This is former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She tweeted the image, complete with the horns, and said, it's more than blasphemy, it's an Antichrist spirit. Mandy Arthur, who's a Christian influencer with a huge online following, tweeted, God, we might have made a mistake and accidentally elected the Antichrist. Send help. But, is it even possible that Trump actually is the Antichrist? Actually, asking the question literally requires a belief in an actual Christ and Antichrist, which is all over the Bible, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But you can also ask the question, metaphorically or secularly, and just use Christ and Antichrist as stand-ins for good and evil. So then the question becomes not, is Trump the Antichrist, but is Trump evil? And if he is evil, that would make him not the Antichrist, but an Antichrist. And in fact, in the Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus spoke about this, he spoke in the plural. He said, false prophets, with an S, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves, right? Would lead people astray and all this kind of stuff. And after warning about these grifters and con artists, Jesus said, as the Pope said a couple days ago, by their fruits you shall know them. So what are Trump's fruits? Does that give us a clue? Yeah, more than 20 women have accused him of rape. 2 separate juries ruled that he raped E. Jean Carroll. Hundreds of contractors, customers, and employees have accused him of stealing, as have members of his own family. Throughout his first term, he lied over 30,000 times and continues to lie daily. He pits Americans against each other by race, religion, and region, trying to tear the country apart and weaken opposition to his authoritarian rule. He openly encouraged violence against unarmed people at his rallies and encouraged state violence in a speech to chiefs of police, encouraged an assault on members of the press, routinely denigrates female reporters. He tried to overthrow and end our democracy, which some believe was divinely inspired. Jefferson in the Declaration referred to nature's God. He embraces depraved, ungodly murderers, kleptocrats, and strongman rulers like Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. He tried to dismantle the systems designed to keep peace in the world, including the UN, NATO, and the Iran JCPOA. He reaches out to Jesus' followers and then directs them toward bigotry, violence, and hatred. He's replaced Jesus in many white evangelical congregations. He delights in the killing of anti-ICE protesters like Renee Good and Alex Preddy, and tearing children from their parents and putting them in cages. He tried to end Americans' access to life-saving medical care by killing Obamacare subsidies, privatizing Medicare, and gutting Medicaid. He watched on TV like a delighted child as his followers killed 4 police officers, sent 140 others to the hospital, and tried to murder the vice president and Speaker of the House. He lied about COVID, leading to 400,000 unnecessary deaths, although he told the truth to Bob Woodward. There's literally not one single of the 10 commandments that he hasn't broken. He threatened to commit genocide, something we've never seen before. He and Whiskey Pete have celebrated the murder of over 100 people in small boats. And his entire administration is working to cover up crimes committed against young girls by powerful, wealthy, older men. So, you know, what's going on here? I tell the story. I mean, in the Bible, there's only one spot in the entire New Testament where Jesus says, here's how to get into heaven. His disciples got him cornered, basically, on a quiet day and said, how do we get there? And he said, you know, basically, heal the sick, feed the hungry, visit those in prison, clothe the naked, in other words, house the homeless. You know, and they said, wait a minute, we've never seen you sick or homeless or hungry or any of this stuff. We're free, we're screwed. And he said, you know, chill out. As you do unto the least among these, of these among us, you have done unto me. So, you know, there you go. So is Trump the literal Antichrist? I don't know. But it's a fascinating moment in time. I mean, you know, MAGA does mean magic or sorcerer in Latin, right? He's fooled evangelical followers of Jesus, just like the beast was supposed to do. He put his red hat MAGA mark on their forehead. He consorts with whores and criminals, to use the biblical words. So who knows? What do you think? Is Trump the Antichrist?